Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmad Paramagurubhyo Namaha, Asmad Sarvagurubhyo Namaha. So today we're starting a series of classes on Vaishnav ritualism or Hindu ritualism in general. And we're going to start looking at a book about Vastu Puja and different types of architectural pujas, compiled by Rama Ramanujachari in Australia. This is Vastu Sangraha, Compendium of Architectural Rituals by Pandit Rama Ramanujachari, Srimatam.com. So let's start off at the beginning. The introduction says that there's a difference of opinion where the first stone should be laid. So when you're building a building or a temple, there are different opinions about where we should lay the first stone. So here we have, he's given a diagram here. This is a typical Southern Indian Rasi Kundali showing the 12 houses of the zodiac, starting from Aries. We're going to we could use the Western terminology here. If we use the Sanskrit, then it's Mesha, Vrishabha, like that. But now here, let's just stick with the Western terminology. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, right? Leo. This is the way it's shown in South India, going around clockwise from Aries to Pisces. And then it mentions the different directions here. So what is this about? According to some northern acharyas, the first foundation stone should be laid in the following quarters of the slab when the sun is in the depicted signs of the zodiac. So we have to, if we're laying the first stone, we have to figure out where the sun is, in which sign the sun is, and we will lay the stone in that direction. So if the sun is in Aries, we lay it in the northwest. If the sun is in Taurus, the southwest, like that, etc. So this is a nice diagram. So then he says, some South Indian acharyas suggest that the first stone should always be laid in the northeast, regardless of the month. Okay, so these are two different opinions, and he's explained that. The next section here says, the gaze of the Vastu Purusha. The Vastu Purusha, Vastu in Sanskrit means a thing. In this case, Vastu means a plot of land or a building. And there is a Purusha, there's a personality that has jurisdiction over buildings and lands. And that is called the Vastu Purusha. He is a demoniac type personality who is a son of Shiva. Shiva was fighting a demon, and sweat came from his brow and fell down and became this demon. So according to the Matsya Purana, and we've read also in Hari Bhakti Vilas, quoting from the Matsya Purana, that there's this story about the origin of the Vastu Purusha. So here we have, it says Vastu Shanti. What do we mean by Shanti? We mean by pacification. Shanti, the word Shanti in Sanskrit means peace. So when we say a Vastu Shanti, we are pacifying the different living beings, the subtle beings that have to do with the construction site or with the building site of either a temple or a house. So Vastu Shanti should be done when the Vastu Purusha is looking away from the door, from the front door. So each building will have a front door, and the front door will be in a particular direction. And so the Vastu, that personality, that subtle personality who is governing that place, should not be looking at the front door. During the zodiac month, the Vastu Dristi means sight, is in the direction indicated in this chart. During the day, meaning during when the sun is up, right? Daytime means as opposed to nighttime, right? Between sunrise and sunset. During the day, the Vastu Drishti is in the direction indicated in column 2. So we could say, moving from left to right, here's column 2. So chara means let's see. Chara means let's see, a movable, I believe. Let's see what chara means. Chara. Yeah, chara means moving, locomotive, movable. Okay. So there's a Charavastu and Nityavastu. Nityavastu means eternal Vastu or always. So now here he's given the other, he's giving the Hindi or the Sanskrit names of the different zodiacs. Up above we had from Aries round to Pisces. Here he's giving from Mesha to Meena. Oh, Mesha, all these different signs of the zodiac. So we have Mesha, Vrishabha, Mithuna, Karka, Simha, Kanya, Tula, Vrishika, Dhanus, Makara, Kumbha, Meena, etc. Yeah. So these are the same as up here, right? Except it's given in different terminology. So we have Charavastu, we have Mesha, Vrishabha, and Mithuna, north. Karka, Simha, Kanya, east. Tula, Vrishika, Dhanus in the south. And Makara, Kumbha, Meena, west. That is called Charavastu. And Nityavastu, the eternally one, says from 0 to 3 o'clock, right? In the east, 3 to 6, 6 to 9. So 3 to 6 in the south, 6 to 9 in the west, 9 to 12 in the north, 12 to 15 in the east, 15 to 18 in the south, 18 to 21 in the west, and 21 to 24 in the north. This is using the 24-hour clock system. He's showing every 3 hours a change in the direction of the gaze of Vastu. Okay? So we have these two understandings, Nityavastu and Charavastu. Okay. So now we come to the next section. The next section is called Bhumi Puja. Bhumi Puja means worship of the earth. Bhumi is the earth. Bhumi is one of the goddesses, which is a consort of Lord Vishnu. So Bhuta Bali Vidanam. Bhuta Bali Vidanam. Bali means the offering of rice, cooked rice, with some water, right? And Vidanam is just a procedure for doing it, Vidhi, right? So offering of Bali to the Bhutas. The Bhutas are subtle living elements, subtle living beings, right? So it says here, placation of the elementals. To pacify them, we offer them this Bali Haranam. We offer them rice, cooked rice, and water. Okay, so here's the procedure. Be seated. Okay, so we sit down on an asana, right? Do Achamana. Now, normally when we start a procedure, we do Achamana twice, right? Because most prayogas start with the direction Dvirachamya. Dvirachamya means do Achamana twice. Now, after Achamana, normally there is pranayamaha. It's not mentioned here, but it's understood that we do pranayamaha. So Achamana is done twice, and then pranayamaha has gone through 3 times, right? And the pranayamaha to be done here is the Vedic pranayamaha, which we do in Sandhyavandanam, using the Dirgha Gayatri mantra, Om Bhoho, Om Bhuvaha, Ogam Subaha, Om Mahaha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Ogam Satyam, Om Tatsabrave, Enyam Bargore, Vasidinahi, Dioyana, Pachoria, Ate, Oma, Pocho, Pira Samritam, Brahma, Bordova, Sivarom. Okay, and that's of course repeated mentally in the mind while breathing in, holding exhaling to control the breath. After that, it says to perform Guru Dhyanam. Guru Dhyanam means we have to do what is called Guru Parampara Anusandhanam. We have to think at least of our Guru, but we should think of the whole lineage that we are initiated into, the Guru Parampara, and we should offer our respects to that Parampara. The minimum we can do is we can say Asmat Guru Bhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Guru Bhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Guru Bhyo Namaha. My respects to all my teachers. Then we have a Shanti Path. Now the Shanti Path is being explained in a different document. The Shanti Path has to be chanted. Shanti Path means Pata means a recitation, and Shanti means for peace. So we have to recite certain mantras for peace. Okay, so we're not going to go to those right now. It's understood that one knows these mantras. So then we have what's called the Sankalpa. Sankalpa means the determination or the vow, which is taken at the beginning of the worship. We do the Sankalpa Mudra by placing the right hand on top of the left hand, palms facing each other at a right angle on top of the right knee. We are then going to say, Om Adya Purvokta Gunavisheshana Vishishtayam Asyam Shubhatito Karisyamanasya. It can be Karishyamana Asya, but normally we put it together. Karisyamanasya Bhumi Puja Karmani Purvanga Bhuta Balidhanam Karisye Aham Karisye. That means I'm going to perform this Bhuta Balidhanam, right? But it says also I'm going to do the Bhumi Puja as a Purvangam, as a limb, as a section of the Bhuta Balidhanam. The first section of it is the Bhumi Puja. So he is written here, on this auspicious day characterized by the aforementioned astrological parameters. And if we do a longer or more complete Sankalpa, we'll include all of the different time and place and names of the sponsor and his family and etc. We can include all those parameters. As an ancillary to this Bhumi Puja, I now make offerings to all the bhutas of the different directions. So the directional deities. So then it says make 8 standilas. Standilas means a place where we're going to perform the worship. And we're going to perform these in the 8 directions. So we have 4 directions: east, south, west, and north. And in between those 4 directions, we have another 4 directions. If going from the east, going clockwise, we go to the south, we go southeast. After south, continuing clockwise, we have southwest. From the west, after the west, we go to the north, and we between west and north, we have northwest. And after the north, right, continuing around clockwise towards the east again, we go to northeast. So there are 8 directions, and the puja is performed in this order: east, southeast, south, southwest, west, northwest, north, northeast. Okay, so we have to make an altar in these different directions on the land. We have to make places to do the barley, to put the rice with the water in the 8 directions. Now, he says here you can also place banana leaves. So to make it very simple, you just place a banana leaf. You don't have a banana leaf, you place some sort of plate. So it can be a disposable plate, whatever it is. You put a plate. Banana leaf is a natural disposable plate, so that's very nice. So whatever you have something that you're going to place the barley on top of. You're not going to place the barley directly on the earth. So although, in my opinion, it may be possible just to place the barley directly on the earth, but here he's saying place it on something. So, okay, that's fine. Next thing we do is masa. Yeah. Question?
We can get banana leaves. But okay. Guruji, I wanted to ask, is it normal rice or barley? Because normal rice, you can get it very cheaply here. But barley, sometimes become difficult to get it.
Okay, so there's no special rice called bali. It's just rice. You get rice and you cook it, and you offer it, and you're going to offer it to Vishnu first. You're going to offer it to Krishna. After it's Krishna Prasadam, you're going to satisfy all these devatas with Krishna Prasadam. If the Smartas, they don't offer it to God. They just offer it directly to the Bhutas. Vaishnavas, what we do is we offer that Naivedyam, that Bhoga, to God, and then after we offer it to Sriman Narayana, to Krishna, we then will offer the prasadam of Krishna to all these different living beings. Yeah, it's just regular rice, and it's just cooked with water, no salt. Just cook it with water, and until it's cooked, and then you have a pot of it. You're going to put rice on as an offering, and you're going to add some. You're going to give some water. There's no special rice for Bali. Okay, so let's continue on. Okay, so here it says Masa Bhakta Bali, mixed yogurt, lac dye, right? Alakta, or any red food dye, right? Make sure it's not a non-vegetarian red food dye. And black gram. Black gram. Do you know what masa black gram is? A black type of dal. Yeah, okay. Place in a clay cup on the left-hand corner of an inverted triangle. So an inverted triangle is a triangle with the point down, right? The single point down, the other 2 points in the air, like that. That's an inverted triangle, right? Place it on the left corner of an inverted triangle, right? Repeat the mantra, phat, 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 7 times over it. So phat, 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 7 times over this. Go in procession to the 8 directions around the land and make the following panchopachara. The following panchopachara offerings. So panchopachara means what? It means ganda, pushpa, drupa, deepa, naivedya. These are the 5 offerings or 5 services. It's a very simplified form of worship. Pancha means 5, upachara means services. So panchopachara means ganda, pushpa, drupa, deepa, naivedya. Now, here he's using mantras like Esha Ganda, Ete Pushpe, Esha Drupaha, Esha Deepaha, Ayam Masa Bhakta Balihi for the Naivedyam, okay, for the Bhoga, for the food offering, right? We can also use Gandam Samarpayami, Pushpam Samarpayami, Dupam Samarpayami, Deepam Samarpayami, like Mahanavedyam or Naivedyam Samarpayami. We can also use the word Samarpayami, and we can offer those sort of things as well. That's another way of doing it. Offerings include a generous dollop of the masa bali mixture, right? So this is what we're going to put on these different places as we go around in procession, clockwise, starting from the east. So, if unless it's mentioned somewhere else, we can always go clockwise, and we always go starting from the east. So. Here's his suggestion for the mantras to be used. Esha Ganda Om Bhutebhyo Namaha. Ete Pushpe, which means offering more, means offering two flowers, right? Pushpe means 2 flowers. If you offer one flower, it's Pushpam. 2 flowers, Pushpe. 3 flowers, Pushpani. So it's Etad, Ete, Etani, right? Etam, Etad, Ete, Etani, yeah, like that. So here he's saying Ete, offer 2, right? You can also offer flower petals, 2 flower petals. It's enough. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is offer sandal paste. Sandal paste is ganda. How do you offer sandal paste? You either take some sandal paste and place it and touch it to the offering standila, to the banana leaf or the plate, right? Or you take a flower petal or a flower and dip it in sandal paste and offer that. Okay, offering flowers is understandable. Offering dupa is incense. Offering deepa is offering a lamp. Offering this mixture of barley, which is mixed with the rice mixed with the dal and the black gram dal and the yogurt, like that is what we offer as the naivedya, right? So ayam masa bhakta bhalihi om bhutebhyo namaha, right? So we have esha ganda om bhutebhyo namaha, eti pushpe om bhutebhyo namaha, esha dupaha om bhutebhyo namaha, esha deepaha om bhutebhyo namaha, ayam masa bhakta bhalihi om bhutebhyo namaha. And then we say the following two verses. Om bhuta preta pisachascha vasantyatra visantyatra bhutale. Ye vasantyatra bhutale. Om bhuta preta pisachascha ye vasantyatra yatra bhutale. Te granantu maya datam balim etam prasaditam pujita ganda pushpadhyaya balibis tarpitas tata deshad asmad vinishritya pujam pashyantu matkritam. So now we have the next section is called Bhuta Utsadanam or Bhutotsadanam. Expulsion of elementals. So those subtle living beings, we want to expel them. Now we've satisfied them. We've given them barley, we've given them rice and water, and we've offered panchopachara, these 5 ganda, pushpa, dupa, deepa, and naivedya, right? The sandal paste, the flowers, the incense, the lamp, and the food, which is rice and water, right? To them, mixed with some dal, right? If you don't have the dal, then you could just plain rice is fine, okay? And now after satisfying them, we're going to say, okay, now depart. Now you're satisfied. We've satisfied you. Now go away. You have to leave this place because we're going to build a building here, or we're going to open the house or open the temple. We want you to leave. So scatter yellow mustard seeds. You get yellow mustard seeds and scatter them all over the land while reciting the following slokas and ringing the bell. And by the way, it's not mentioned in the previous puja to ring the bell, but normally when we do puja, any of these pujas, we're ringing the bell with the left hand and offering, or somebody else can ring the bell for us if both our hands are used, right? And we are assistant, paricharaka or assistant pujari. And we are going to always ring the bell when we perform the offering of different items, upacharas. So, scatter yellow mustard seeds all over the land, reciting the following slokas and ringing the bell. The following verses. So here are these verses. Apasarpantu te bhuta, ye bhuta bhuvi samstitaha, ye bhuta vignakataras, te nashantu shivagyaya, right? Apakramantu bhutani pisacha sarvato disham sarvesham avirodena brahma karma samarabe bhuta preta pisacha dya rakshasa yaksha guhyakaha stanat asmat vrijantwadnyat swikaromi bhuvam tvimam vetascha pisachascha rakshasascha sarishripaha apasarpantu te sarve chandikastrena taditaha yadatra samstitam bhutam stanam ashritya sarvada stanam tyaktva tutat sarvam yatreshtam tatra gachatu. Okay, so then we say those. Let's say that's the first thing that we do is we spread the mustard seeds and we say those 5 slokas. After we do that, we do another sankalpa. Again, we do the sankalpa mudra on top of the left knee, or right knee, excuse me. And then we say, Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturpujam Prasanna Varanam Dhyayet Sarva Vigno Pashantaye. This is a very common mantra to begin when we begin pujas, right? It's a meditation on Lord Hayagriva for Vaishnavas or for Lord Ganesh for Smartas. The all-pervading Lord is to be meditated upon for the removal of obstacles, clad in white garments, resplendent like the moon, the four-armed and cheerful faced. Okay, so here is the Sankalpa. Hari Om, Harihi Om, Tat Sata, Shri Govinda Govinda Govinda, Shubhe, Shobhane Muhurte, Adye, Shri Bhagavato Mahapurushasya, Shri Vishnu Ragyaya Parvatamanasya, Adya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Parade, Shri Svetavraha Kalpe Vaivashvataman Bantari Astavimsati Tame Kali Yuge Kali Yugasya Pratama Pade Jambu Dvipe Meroho Agneyam Digbage, and that Agneyam has a 1 next to it, which means that you have to put in the direction from Mount Meru that you are situated in the world, right? Right? Agneya Digbage means in the Agneya direction from Mount Meru, right? And he wrote this because he's living in Australia, right? Hiranmaya Varshe, Hiranmaya Deshe. There also you have to put in the place of your Varsha and your Desha, right? Hiranmaya Desha is what he calls Australia. So Hiranmaya Varshe, Hiranmaya Deshe, then blank Deshe, blank Mahanagari. Mahanagari means the great city, right? Antargate Vyavaharikanam Prabhavadi Shasti Samvatsaranam Madhye. You have to name the year. Whenever we get a blank here, we'll just say the word Amuka, which means such and you have to fill in the blank. Such and such Amuka Nama Samvatsare, Amuka Ayane, Amuka Ritau. So the half of the year, the season. Maso Tame, Amuka Mase. Mase means the name of the month. Amuka Pakshe, the name of the fortnight. Amuka Titau, the name of the lunar date, right? The lunar titi. Amuka Vasara, Yuktayam. Vasara means the name of the day of the week, right? From Sunday to Saturday, right? Yuktayam. Amuka Nakshatra Yuktayam, the name of the star on that particular day. Shri Vishnu Yoge, Shri Vishnu Karane, Shubha Yoga, Shubha Karane, Sakala Graha, Guna Visheshana Vishishtayam, right? Continuing on. Asyam Shubhatito, Asya Yajamanasya, Upata Samasta Duritakshaya Dwara, Shri Ishtadevata Prityatam, Paripshamana, Vastuna, Shubhatva, Sampataye, Nirvignena, Nirmanasiddhaye, Cha, Griha Ashrama Karyalaya, right? So whether it's a house or an ashram or a Karyalaya, maybe a factory or whatever it is, right? Okay, he hasn't mentioned here temple. Nirmanangam, Bhutam, Bhumi Pujam Karishye, right? This means we're going to do Bhumi Puja. Now, as a part of Bhumi Puja, we're going to mention the offering of worship to Lord Ganesh or Vigneshwara. If we do Vishvaksena, then we have to change this from Vigneshwara to Vishvaksena. So we will say either Tarangatvena Nirvignena Parisamaptyatam Adao Vigneshwara Pujam Karishye, or we'll say Tarangatvena Nirvignena Parisamaptyatam Adao Sri Vishvaksena Pujam Karishye. Okay? So now the meaning of this is given. He's given here as Hari Om Tat Sat Govinda Govinda Govinda. with the sanction of the Supreme Lord, being Lord Vishnu, in this period during the second half of the lifespan of the demiurge Brahma, demiurge meaning the demigod Brahma, right? During the eon of the white boar incarnation, right? During the universal rule of Vaivashvata Manu in the 28th period, right? During the first quarter of the age of Kali on the Earth planet in land such and such of Mount Meru, in such and such direction from Mount Meru, in the country of such and such, in the city of such and such, in the year of such and such, in the 60th year Jovian cycle, in the such and such solstice, during the such and such season, in the month of such and such, in the fortnight of such and such, in the lunar day such and such, on the such and such day, under the constellation of such and such, with auspicious conjunctions and all planets being benevolently disposed. And he has not given us the rest of the, but I'll tell you the rest of the translation is that we are going to perform the Bhumi Puja, and as a part of that, to get rid of to rid ourselves of any impediments, we're going to first perform the Vigneshwara Puja, or the Puja of Lord Ganesha, or the Puja of Vishvaksena, depending on what we said. Okay, so I'm going to. Okay, so after the Sankalpa, right, we note that footnote 1 in the Sankalpa is the direction in which you are situated from the Himalayan mountains or from Mount Meru. So here are the different words that are put in for the different directions from Mount Meru mentioned in footnote 1. So mentioned here in footnote 1 is east, Purva, south, Dakshina, west, Paschima, north, Uttara, northeast, Aishanya, right, southeast, Agneya, southwest, Nairiti, and northwest, Vayavya. Okay, so these are the different words that you can put inside, depending on where you are in the world, and you can put it inside the Sankalpa there. Okay, so the next thing to be done is we're going to perform the Ganesh Puja, or we would also, accept if we said up here, if we did Vigneshwara Puja, we're going to do the Ganesh Puja, or we're going to then perform Vishvaksena Puja. So in the case of Ganesh, doing Vigneshwara Puja, we normally perform it in a turmeric cone, a cone made of turmeric powder made into a paste and placed on a leaf or a plate, or a small deity of Ganesh. Or we can have a deity of Vishvaksena, or we can have, instead of a deity of Vishvaksena, we can have a kurcha, which is a couple of strands of spruce grass tied in a brahmagranthi sitting on the leaf, like that. So these are the medium, the deities, the icons which we invoke Ganesh and Vishvaksena into to perform the Vigneshwara Puja, or the puja to get rid of obstacles in the beginning of this puja. So now we perform the Ganesha Puja, the Vigneshwara Puja or Vishvaksena Puja, after which we do the Kalasha Puja. Then we draw a picture of the goddess of the earth on the earth using rice flour, or we can use a kumbha or a pot to invoke the goddess of the earth. We can just place that on the ground, or we can put something underneath it like a banana leaf or a plate. So now the next thing is we're going to do the meditation on Bhudevi. So avahayet tato bhumim sarva bharana bhushitam dvibhujancha trinetrancha karanda makutanvitam hema yagyopavitancha pita netram suyovanam pitancha pita vastrancha pundarika dalai shanam kritanjali puto vapi chopalanchitantu lanchita tantutava bhumi devi swarupaya sarva bharana sundarim shuklavarnam vishalakshim kurma pristo paristitam sarva shrayam devim daram avahayam yaham om bum bum yay namaha. And then we're going to offer the different names of Bhumi. Om bum bum om bum yay namaha, om Mahishai Namaha, Om Prithivya Namaha, Om Vasundaryay Namaha, Om Vasudayay Namaha, Om Vasavye Namaha, Om Hiranyagarbhinyay Namaha, Om Sumudravatai Bhatyay Namaha, Om Mahidaranyay Namaha, Om Vishnupatnyay Namaha, Om Vyapinyay Namaha, Om Dharayay Namaha, Om Dhanuddharaye Vidmahe Sarvasiddhyay Cha Dhimahi Tanno Dhara Prachodayate. So, after offering all the upacharas with the Mula mantra Om Bum Bum Ye Namaha to the goddess of the earth in the pot or on the in the drawing of rice flour on the ground, then we have the different names of goddess Bhumi to be chanted and Bhumi Gayatri at the end of the puja to be chanted. And now there are some prayers at the end which are going to go Vishnupatnim Mahim Devim Madhavam Madhava Priyam Lakshmim Priyasakim Devim Namam Yatravallabham Samudravasane Devi Parvatastana Mandale Vishnupatni Namastubhyam Kanana Kriya Chamashwame. Okay, right. So, and then a Vedic mantra here from the Atharva Veda. Satyam Brihadritam Ugram Diksha Tapo Brahma Yagya Pritivim Daryanti Sa No Bhutasya Bhavyasya Patnyurum Lokam Pritivi Na Kronotu Shila Bhumir Asma Pamsuhu Sa Bhumhi Sadrita Drita Tasyai Hiranyavakshase Pritivya Akaram Namaha Yatte Bhume Vikyanami Chipram Tad Api Rohati Mate Marma Vimrigvari Mate Hridayam Arpipam Bhume Matar Nidehi Ma Badraya Supratistam Samvidhana Diva Kave Shriyam Ma Dehi Bhutyam. And then Bhusukta is to be chanted, right? After which you can see my video on how to chant Bhusukta on my YouTube channel. So Bhusukta is chanted, and that's the end of this Bhumi Puja. So this is the end of the Bhumi Puja, and there are some Vedic mantras here in the end, including the Bhusuktam. Bhusuktam can be learned from my YouTube channel, but these other Vedic mantras, if anybody's interested in learning them, you can contact me and I will get you the proper pronunciation and with the different swara markings, which are the different tonal intonations of the Vedic mantras. So I've just chanted them as without any tones because I don't know the Vedic mantras. So the recording of these mantras shouldn't be taken from this video to learn. We are simply understanding the procedure for doing the Bhumi Puja here. So that's we're going to stop here today.